heading over to see this 69 Z28. I've been, collecting and chasing cars pretty much all my life. As a Chevy guy early on, which I know that's kind of maybe a shocker, but mostly into custom Chevys, though. Never really into like originals and stuff like that. We never thought about numbers matching. We never thought about really anything like that. We just built them how we wanted back in the 90s. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys could relate to that. And the older I get, the more I really love the original stuff, the original numbers matching things. And then some of the high option type cars and specialty cars. One of the cars that I've literally dreamed of owning, but have never actually bought one. I've seen several, couldn't figure out if there were numbers matching. Didn't really know a lot about that stuff because, like I said, when I was a Chevy guy, we never really cared about any of that stuff. But passed on one about probably 15, 18 years ago. It was a Hugger Orange one up in Sacramento. Didn't know a lot about them. Made me nervous. I passed. Never should have. It's one of those ones I kicked myself for, and it was basically knowledge. I didn't have the knowledge. The guy that was with me didn't have the knowledge, even though he was a Chevy guy. And we just, the fear got the best of us. I think I was in I got to be at least 15 years ago, maybe 20. Anyway, on our way out here, one of our friends out here, he actually found us a car about 6 months ago, a year ago, 6 months ago. Well, I think it was back in October. I think he found it in August, or he knew about it before that, but I think we started talking about it in August. Bought it in October, flew out there, and did the deal. And so we become friends, and we talk a lot online. We talk a lot on the phone actually too. And anyway, he was at a car show while we were driving here last Saturday, and stumbled upon a 69 Z28, and he said, "Hey, you guys interested in the 69 Z28?" Because he knows we don't just buy Mopars. I mean, if the only thing we did was run around and buy rare Mopars, we wouldn't have any content. I mean, it's just, you can't have a rare Mopar every Friday ready to go. It's just not possible. So if you're looking for only rare Mopar content, this is not the page, unfortunately, or the channel. But I think that most people that are car guys will, absolutely love the content that we put out just in muscle cars in general. So anyway, we're heading over to see, or actually we've already purchased it. We worked the deal with him. We did a video. We went through the car. It was at a car show. You can't wait because they're going to sell it to somebody else. So we sent him the money. We wired it to him, and we're heading over there to pick it up. But while we're there, we're going to go over the car. Tony and Davis will inspect the car, make sure all the numbers are there. Supposedly all numbers matching. Had a certificate of that, and then get an interview with the owners, because it's got a unique ownership history. It's a long-term ownership history, and we love to capture that kind of stuff here. So so we're going to go over there, take a look at the car, talk to the owners, and see and just kind of figure out the car, make sure everything's what we think it is. It's already paid for, so we've already bought it. So regardless, we're taking it with us. But it's nice to actually go over the car and just kind of discuss it. And again, the history with the owners is really what we're after when it comes to these kind of visits and things. We could have just shipped it at that point, but to us, it's more about the story. It's more about the car's history, and so we're gonna go find out some more about that stuff. So anyway, stay tuned. We'll be there in about 5 minutes, and we'll hopefully get you a nice video. Damn.
Stripes on these are painted.
Jesus. Yeah, they are. They're painted on. Wow. Dude, that is beautiful. I'm gonna go tell them we're here.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm Troy.
Troy, hi, nice to meet you. Tony Jones.
Yeah.
Hi, Troy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice
Hey.
to meet you.
Absolutely.
That is
Tony.
Hello. Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Oh, you're Tony too?
Yeah, that's Troy. I'm Tony.
Hi.
Yeah, okay. I'm
We're car guys.
Oh,
I
there you go.
grew up Chevy. My whole life I was Chevy. Always wanted a Z28.
You got one.
So
So you're
Yeah.
on
This
the
is-
dark side, right?
well, that's
We've
the
passed
fun.
back
That's
and
the
forth.
that's we actually love them all. We just really search out the rarest of Mopars, but we're really car guys. We just love we just love the Mopar, like Mystique and the pistol grip 4-speeds and the colors and all the weird stuff that they did, and they just didn't make that many. So,
Yeah.
I mean, but come on, the
I'm just giving you a
Z28.
bad time.
I know. We give Chevy guys a bad time too, but the funny part is I was a Chevy guy my whole life until I was 40. So
Yeah.
that's the wild part. But anyway, whew, that is beautiful.
That is nice.
Yeah.
Walking up, seeing that, yeah, that thing is better than I expected. Just on first glance, you know,
Yeah.
you see pictures, you know how it is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
But she's a stunner. Let's go take a look at her.
yeah. Looks good.
Let's do that. Dang, this thing
God,
is
it's gorgeous.
so pretty.
I absolutely love that color.
It's the glass.
Oh my gosh.
Huge difference.
Yes, yeah.
That too. But that paint,
Oh, we just rolling it.
I mean, because this is not a fresh painted car.
No,
This
it's-
car was painted like 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Right
Yeah,
there.
that's good.
What an
I love
awesome
the
car.
license plate too.
Yes.
That's the best part.
It looks brand new. Yeah, it's kind of weird seeing a Mopar shirt, guys, looking over your Chevy, right?
Ruling.
It's almost like blasphemy.
Chevy.
This is a really
Get my
nice car.
phone. Yeah.
I'm very, very impressed with your car. Yeah, this is a lot nicer than I expected. Not that I was expecting it to be a, you know,
Yeah, you don't have to
but
do
I
it
was
to it.
expecting it to be more like a driver, in the sense of like a car that's been restored and used for 20 or 25
Yeah,
years,
yeah.
and then it's just a driver and it has its nicks and scratches and different stuff like that. I mean, this thing's almost perfect from what I could see so far at first
Yep.
glance. But the paint's gorgeous. The glass, like you said, is gorgeous. The interior's gorgeous.
The cowl number matches the van.
Honestly, even if it was not numbers matching, we would take it. I mean, it's just it's so beautiful. They did such a nice job on this car, taking care of it.
That's why I look so good. He takes care of everything.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Just kidding.
No, you're not. So can you tell me a little bit about the car, like anything that you might know before you bought it, or maybe even why you bought it?
I bought my first Z28 Camaro in 1970, which was, so this is a 69. This was up in Ohio, and I bought it in Xenia, Ohio. And I don't know if you're familiar, but there was a gigantic tornado went
Sounds
through
like Ohio.
Xenia, and it literally wiped Xenia off the map.
Oh man, that's terrible.
And just before that, I had gotten a divorce and moved down to Florida. But when I got that divorce, I sold that Camaro. That was the original one.
This was it.
And I don't, yeah, that's,
So this is the original one that you had?
That's
Yeah.
him racing.
and I raced that in Ohio, Kentucky.
Same color too.
Oh,
Yes,
it's exactly the same. That's, so as the story will continue. So I raced that, got divorced, had to sell it, moved down to Florida. Always thought about that, you know, that just killed me.
That's Miss Hurst.
Yeah, Linda Vaughn. Just, so I
That's
thought
very
about
cool.
that and thought about it.
That's very cool.
And then I met Tony at work, and as we got to know each other, she realized I had a car like that. So we went to a car show, a couple of them actually, and weird thing, there was this car at a car show, not nearly like this. I mean,
But close.
But
He-
close.
he-
Yeah,
Yeah.
It was
He crawled under it and was looking, saying, "Oh, it has the right exhaust. It doesn't have this. It doesn't have headers. This is so close to being real." And so he went off to get a hot dog or something. And while he was gone, I got the guy's number, and called him and said, I need to buy that car. So he met me, I don't know where, somewhere. We did the deal. And then I had my friend, no, the guy I brought it from, parked it in a garage, one of those places you rent, and just let it there. And it was right before Christmas. And I told him, you need to come over to this garage with me. We have a new company logo and they want me to check it out. And he, oh, there we go.
The damn Roadrunner came and got it. Anyway, let's finish. I want to go. I want to hear the story because I'm not saying no other woman has ever done this, but that's unusual.
Yeah. So we kept a big secret, and I finally convinced him to go over, and he's like, "It's Christmas. I'm not going over to no garage. I don't care about your company logo. Blah blah blah." So I said, "Come on." I finally convinced him. We pulled up to the garage. And I got out and I'm fumbling with it because he's not even looking. He's doing whatever, one of these. And so I was kind of waiting to see who's looking, and I raised the door about this high. And he just was like, you got to be kidding me. And then he was like, whose car is that? Where'd you get that? Why are we looking at that? And I was like, it's your car. He started crying.
That's so awesome.
I deny that.
We don't cry that much, right?
No.
But once in a while,
started crying.
that emotion,
Maybe.
come on, you know. We can admit it once in a while. There was a little tear.
A little tear, maybe,
And then we
maybe
brought
one.
it home, and it's been our baby ever since. And
Yeah, that's
been
awesome. And that was the mid 90s, right? Or 80s? Mid 80s or mid 90s?
Early 90s,
Yeah.
I think.
That's so awesome. That's so
We can look
awesome.
up the title for the original date, but I don't remember.
So then it's just been piece by piece, time, da-da-da.
Making it nicer, making it nicer,
yeah,
making it
just
nicer.
little by little, as
Yeah.
money was available.
Yeah.
This is the end project of my endeavors to bring it back.
And obviously, it's always kept nice, always kept in the garage, especially in Florida. This thing would be
Right.
dilapidated and have a lot of problems if it was outside. So, well, that's awesome.
In 2001, I was working, and there was a girl in our department, and I knew her husband did paint work on cars. So I looked him up. His name's Keith Brown, and he did show cars. So this guy's big time good on painting. So we took it over to him, and he did a little paint on the front, and it was almost a pink shade. Wrong.
We had to call Chevy to get the
wrong
right
color.
paint. Yeah.
So we got the 5252 code, which
Gotcha.
is the garnet red.
Right.
And I've got a little book of the complete process of it all apart and hanging and being painted.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm looking forward to seeing all that stuff. I say it all the time, these cars, like, they almost have a soul, you know, they kind of live, you know, especially we kind of make them almost human. And so when we hear these kind of stories and stuff, we want to be able to kind of capture it and kind of tell about the car. And so the cars are important, but the story and the people that went along with the cars to us are even more important. So that's kind of like what we, you know, and like I said, we're Mopar guys to heart. As far as when we looking for cars, we're looking for Mopars and stuff. And we find Chevys, and we bought an LS6 about, I don't know, a month ago, 70 Chevelle LS6, and we have several other Mopars and some Fords and stuff. So we're not Mopar or no car. We're Mopar and more cars. We love them all.
Yeah.
I mean, we even have Volkswagen buses. So we're not.
Yeah, don't bring that up to her.
Yeah.
Volkswagen girl.
She's a Volkswagen.
My first car was a Volkswagen. My second car was a Chevy.
I had a
Chevelle.
62 rag top that slid back and opened up from the top.
Oh yeah. We have a couple of buses that do that. So we love all cars. I mean, we think they all have you know, great history with people and stuff. And so if all we did was look for Mopars, it would be very difficult because they just didn't make as many.
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
so
true.
So at the end of the day, we're just out to find the right cars and get stories like this and talk more about the car and its history and the story of what you're talking about with your wife is unusual.
Yeah.
That's unusual. I mean,
Well,
I have a great wife. She's let me bring home a lot of cars, and that's unusual. So I have a great wife too. But I'm not saying that the wives out there that don't want these things brought home that there's anything wrong with them. But that's more normal.
Yeah.
You know.
It's funny, when I was talking with the guy, he said, well, you know, this is all numbers matching, and it's like, I don't know what that is, and I don't care. All I know is he liked that red car. He used to have one, so I'm taking it.
Well, you got lucky
Thank God.
because
No,
if
we
it is
did.
all numbers matching
Yeah.
and it's a
Got
real
really lucky,
Z28,
because I didn't know
that's unusual too.
anything
You know, a lot of
about that.
times the motors came out. You know, you raced them. You know,
Oh, yeah.
they blew them up.
Yep.
And so
Yep.
for them to still be numbers matching is pretty cool.
Yeah.
The LS6 we found a month ago is numbers matching as well. Found the build sheet in it. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
nice.
that's unusual as well. So we're always looking for like the most unusual, and we want to show the story. And I think that's why Bob, you know, follows us. So Bob, who just rolled up in the Roadrunner, which I'm going to greet here in a minute, it just happened to come in at the wrong time. I mean, just the way it happens,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Just the way it happens. But he's the one that found the car at a local car show about, what, a week ago? We were driving.
Yeah.
We were driving across country, and he
Serious.
called me, and he's like, "Hey, I found a really nice Camaro Z28. Are you into those?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd love a Z28." And so he went over and talked with you guys, and we worked a deal, and it was pretty quick, right?
Yeah.
We didn't beat you up, and
like-
you didn't beat us up. We
Yeah.
just, you know, it was fair, and so we just
Yeah.
did the deal, and then we wired the money over. So it's paid for. We're not exchanging any money. It's basically we own it, but again, we came here. We could have shipped it. We came here because we want to hear the story. We want to hear what you have to say about it. So,
Who would do that?
who would do that?
Yeah. I mean, go and buy that car.
No, exactly.
And we weren't rich back then either.
No,
To
it
say the least.
It just means that you really cared about what he cared about, and
Yeah,
that's
I did.
you know what husband and wives are supposed to do is care about what they each care about. You know, so I tell my wife all the time, she can get what she wants because I do too. You know, it's not just about me. She gets hers.
That's equal. That's
Yeah,
fair.
it's equal. Yeah.
It
So
was nice just to be able to buy him something that I knew he was in love with.
and he probably wouldn't have bought it for himself.
No,
At
he
the
wouldn't.
time,
No,
right?
he didn't.
And that's the thing. That's what makes it even that much more special because it's probably something he wouldn't have turned around. He obviously didn't get the guy's number,
Right.
and you did.
Right.
And so,
I never would have done that.
right. But those are the best presents, are the ones that you wouldn't have done
Curmudgeon.
yourself. you
Oh,
know?
yeah.
So, anyway, we're going to take more look around. I'm going to say hello to Bob,
Okay.
and then anything that you can think of as we go through the process that you can share with us, any information that you know about the car prior to you owning it.
Well, when we go to the house, you'll see the paperwork.
And then,
stuff like that,
yeah,
which
we'll go over the paperwork and stuff like that. But I just don't want to be rude. You'll say hi to Bob. I
Oh,
haven't seen him.
absolutely. Yeah.
All right. What's up, brother?
What are you doing, my brother?
How you doing?
God, it's good. Good to see you. Oh, what's it been like a month?
No, it's been longer than that,
And
hasn't
you
it?
stayed in this town last night.
It's been a month since we were in
Month
Florida.
since you were here.
Yeah.
And again, you were here last night.
This?
What do you think? Good call, Bob.
Good call, Bob.
Appreciate
Yeah,
it, Bob.
very good.
When I saw
Nicer
it,
than I thought.
yeah, it let.
And not that
definitely-
I was expecting it to be a slouch,
No.
because the pictures made it look like this.
Yeah.
But usually pictures are not as good as the car. This car looks better than the picture.
Dude, I tell you what, my buddy grabbed me as we were having lunch at the show. He said, "Did you see the red Camaro over there?" I go, "No." He goes, "It's for sale." I go, "And?" Because to me, you know, it was Camaro. I'm a Mopar guy, you know that.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Dude, it's a."
He knows that too. He's like
Yeah.
throwing up as you roll up in the Roadrunner.
Ah, Reese, what are you doing, pal? I walked over. They were getting their lunch, and I met him and his wife, and I was just like, "Dude, this car is beautiful. Is it a real numbers matching 302 to DZ?" He goes, "Yeah." That's when I called you directly.
Yeah.
I figured, you know,
If there was a Chevy we were gonna buy, it's this one.
yeah, this is it. Kid. That's right. I know where your heart is, but I also know where your mind is. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I told you before, I grew up Chevy, so I
Right,
still
so-
have a weakness for them.
Right. And when I saw the Chevy thing in your garage next to the,
I got a Daytona parked on a Chevy emblem.
yeah, kills me.
The tile of his garage.
But I said, I got to call you because I know you're going to want it. And it worked out really well because, again, you're coming in for the show this weekend. It worked out even better.
The Chevys went out though, and the Mopars went in.
Mopars went in.
So
So because we're Mopar guys and not Chevy guys, do you know where the VIN number is stamped on the engine?
It's on the back of the block someplace.
is it in the rough?
It's got because it's got the DZ stamp on the front. That's clear as day.
Yeah.
So, and the Davis found the trans stamp. I was just curious because I'm a Mopar guy. I'm not
Yeah.
educated on these.
Well,
I don't
was just
know them
curious if
either.
you knew,
That's
but-
why the one that I almost bought that got away that I should have bought was Hugger Orange, and I should have bought it, and I kicked myself. Last 20 years, didn't buy it, and it was because I just didn't know enough, and I couldn't figure it out.
yeah.
And I was a Chevy guy at the time, but all we did was customs. We didn't numbers matching in the 90s. We didn't care.
Sure.
We drive that thing with whatever. Put the
Yeah.
biggest motor we can, you know.
That's another sure sign that it's a Z28.
Is the way they do the brake lines?
Just that valve.
Oh,
Oh, the
valve?
portion
Yeah,
valve. Interesting.
that's it's only on a Z28.
Yeah, we
Okay.
might learn some stuff here today.
Yeah.
Huh? So
I know X33 on the Caltech has something to do with it.
yeah, but I don't think all
it's
the
not
X33.
provable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and that
exactly.
cow tag, just because it says it,
It
doesn't really correlate to the car.
Yeah.
There's no VIN on that cow
Yeah.
tag like a Mopar.
Yeah, the
So you
cowl,
kinda-
the VIN on the cowl matches the dash. So
Yes,
I know
that.
Yeah, I know.
But that doesn't correlate to the tag.
I know,
That's all
I'm
I'm
just
saying.
saying.
Most of the guys that inspect them, they really inspect to make sure that those rivets haven't been messed with on
Yeah,
these cars.
that-
My
exactly.
understanding. So
Yeah, my book will
It's got yours.
it'll tell where that VIN number is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
okay.
I was just curious for.
Yeah, they
Oh,
got all
yeah,
kinds
yeah.
of
Knowledge
paperwork in
sake.
here.
Can we open the trunk too, please?
Sure.
Dude, is this thing sick or what?
He is
Thing is
absolutely
immaculate.
It's immaculate.
That's just a
car cover.
cover. Yeah, you can take that out if you want. That goes with.
Okay, thank you.
Dude, this thing is super nice. He took really good care of this car, and he did a nice
trunk
job
saver,
restoring
yeah.
it from wherever he took it. Because the inspection that I seen, the paperwork that I seen, this was already a really nice car before you, like when you got it, it was a very presentable, nice car in the paperwork that you show, and then you painted it and did some things to even make it even nicer.
Right.
But it wasn't a slouch to begin with.
No. Those tires are maybe 2 years old. They're very hard to get.
They're very expensive.
$420 a pop.
Yeah, we bought some for
just
a
bought some.
Challenger TA that we just sold, and I was a sticker shock.
I
A
know.
sticker shock.
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, what? And they're not like the greatest to drive on, like
No.
a regular tire, you
Yeah.
know? So,
The DZ302 is a Z28.
yeah, man, you should be
Yeah.
super proud of what you did with this car. You guys did a nice
You know,
job.
there's a ton more
It says it's
that
by the
could
oil filter.
probably be done with this car
Somewhere on the
to
back-
make it.
on the back of the block.
Perfect.
I'd
But
crawl
like
in.
you said,
Yeah.
you gotta
Everybody says it's
Just-
time, but
just
they're always they're
showroom,
forever. They're
yeah.
forever. You know, you're always improving them, you know?
That's why I was hesitant to take it up to the car show, because I knew
Knew
there'd
somebody
be,
like me.
Well, I knew there'd be just supreme.
Oh, I got
Cars,
you.
and
I
didn't
think
feel-
I don't think so, but this is a nice car.
Well,
You have no reason to even question the taking
Yeah.
this to a car show.
when you drive it though, you'll know it's an old car.
Well, they all are.
Yeah.
You know that. Yeah, we're
It's
aware
going
of
to
that.
need some.
Well, a lot of times when they
Shocks.
sit, yeah, a lot of times when they sit, the carburetors get junked up and a few
Yeah,
other
this
things too.
carburetor needs.
So we're used to that. We're used
Okay,
to that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're not the
close
customers that are gonna call you and say, "Hey, it doesn't start."
Yeah,
They're 50-year-old cars. We know that.
Yeah.
You know, but a lot of people, you're right, don't. They don't realize that. So, wow.
Fired up.
Yeah, fire it up and take it for a little test drive.
Okay.
Thank you.
Letting the sun.
Usually him or him. They generally tend to drive them, unless I'm there by myself. So.
Jeez, we sure made this a tight squeeze.
I know of all.
Oh, the brakes were really good.
Take a left.
She drives nice. She drives just as good as she looks.
Needs to be up and above that 3,000.
Gotcha.
Under that, it just kind of gets boggy all the time.
Oh, it's nice in here.
The whole
So this is the.
paint
That's pretty
process.
cool though, huh?
Wow. Okay. Oh wow, is that Linda Vaughn? Or
Yeah.
what? Yeah. Wow.
Oh yeah, those pictures at the show.
And then here's the title.
There's something there. Oh yeah, when they painted this, you were not kidding, man. They took it all the way down.
Oh, this is the appraisal and all that.
Wow, look at that.
There was no rust on the car, believe it or not.
And him being from Ohio, probably
He was
couldn't
okay.
even believe that.
Yeah.
Because Ohio is just known for it. And then moved to Florida, and Florida's known for it.
Yeah.
So,
Wow, that's awesome. How cool. Sweet. Engine casting numbers, engine block, cylinder head, intake manifold. Carburetor's not original. Starter's not original. And there's something right here. Engine, numbers correct, DZ302VA. 302VA.
does that mean it's numbers matching, or does that mean it numbers like all the other numbers are correct?
Well, the
like if it was
Davis-
a warranty block?
Davis found the
I saw
number.
that, or
So-
I heard him say that anyway.
Okay, so if that's saying that,
Probably
we
the
know
same
that.
thing.
It's probably the same thing.
Okay.
It definitely says DZ on the top pad, so it's at least a DZ302.
And the guy that sold it to him said it was numbers matching, and then you guys had this done, so. Or no, actually, I think this was done prior to you guys buying it, right? Because this was when it was.
Or did you guys have this?
No, we had it done.
Oh, you
Because
did,
We
okay.
wanted to get good insurance on it, and
Okay.
we wanted to know what it was worth to get
Gotcha.
it insured correctly.
Okay.
You know.
Oh, so you guys just had the engine rebuilt?
Yeah, he took it to a guy, and they went through everything, but
Well,
Yeah, 2022.
wow, okay. Yeah, he's right. He said he's been, when I was talking to him out there, he said that he'd been
yeah, he's
doing
been working
this
on
and
it.
that and this and that.
Hardened valve seats, valve job, polished crank.
Yeah, there's a guy in South
Got
City
SRP
that's really
pistons,
good that does all that kind of
202
stuff.
valves, comp cam
You ordered the
springs,
restoration
sidewall
for
oils.
us?
Wow.
I don't know what it is. I tried
Jimmy's
to-
Automotive in Pinellas Park.
I know him.
Well, that's one of them.
Yeah.
Carb kit, igniter kit, water pump. Yeah. There's the cam card.
Sweet.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent cam. 45 lift. Ratio 52-54. That should run good. Oh yeah, and then here, let's see. This
Realistic
is
and
just,
St. Pete did
just
it.
you know, it got wheel bearing
I know,
maintenance and
I know
Yeah.
he is. So he's one of the bigger restoration
a
shops
few
in
other
this
little
county.
things done to it. Oh yeah, there's the vacuum pump and all that. Cool. Yeah, I mean that's awesome.
Very cool.
Love all of that.
Yeah, I love paperwork.
Yeah, that is hard to beat.
So when
So in 2005, it got judged based on 1,000 points and scored 981 points.
that's pretty dang good
By the-
for.
Yeah, 20.
Classic Chevy International
20 years
and
ago.
Worldwide Camaro Club. So, I mean,
That's pretty good.
yeah, that's
I've never seen them judge anything, so I don't know if everything's what they're based. But that seems like a
I'm gonna
heck of a
assume
high
it's
score at
I'm gonna assume it's
981 out of 1,000.
and yeah, and
I
you
gotta
got
assume it's like
you got
the main car clubs and the Corvette clubs.
Right.
3
When
points
you go like
off.
Bloomington Gold and they're gonna really go through.
Is that what this is? Are they step up to that?
That's kind of what they are. It's the same,
Okay.
same
Okay.
setup.
All right.
3 points off for what?
Yeah, 3 points off for the paint. And that's probably why he had it painted.
Three
That
points
probably
off for paint.
that probably stuck with him.
The car is also ceramic coated.
Oh,
He
okay.
had that done just recently.
Awesome.
Don't polish
Awesome.
it. Just clean it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So it was painted in 2001.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
It's like 20-something-year-old paint.
I was just looking at the receipt for it. It was $3
When you
grand.
had said it earlier, you're like, oh, so that's why you had to paint
No,
it. It
that
was
was
painted
after
when
that,
they had
yeah.
that.
That's
You know why you probably got hit?
Because it's too
It's
nice.
because it's too nice. See, what happens when the judging is they're looking for like factory orange peel because those cars didn't come out of the factory perfect.
yeah.
When you show up with a car like that, glass, some judges, especially back then, would have
Yeah.
dinged you for it.
Yeah.
Today, like Coops was saying, they don't really ding you for the
Yeah.
perfect paint. because they know most people want the perfect paint.
Yeah.
So
Interesting.
You notice that stop sign there? That's not a great place to put it.
It's only been up a couple months. There's more and more kids around, so
Oh,
they're
gotcha.
just being cautious. And pry you out of there.
Might need some butter to get him out.
Really.
Reese, are you keeping your pictures? You wanted to take a picture of? You want to keep those?
you keeping these, or can we have them?
You can have them.
Oh man, that's so cool. Right on.
So
hell of a package.
That's a hell of a. That's nice. Thank you, bud.
Seller.
That's an awesome picture. We're gonna hang these. We're gonna hang these on our wall in our
Amazing.
shop.
Oh.
Very cool.
Man, I want you guys
We love your
to
car.
buy Roadrunner just
Absolutely love your car.
I'm glad.
Just a spectacular car. You did a good
If we
job.
look through it, we gotta buy it.
Davis, or I guess I need to go get a bill of sale on mine.
A little bit.
How'd it drive?
Amazing.
Yeah,
It's-
just the motor was just built.
Yeah, it's a brand new car.
Paint's 20-something years old.
And it looks like it was done yesterday.
Yeah, it's
So-
stunner.
Did you see the paint?
Yeah, we looked through all of it. The date that it was painted was like 2005 or 2002. And then the appraisal was done in 2005.
Yeah.
So it was already painted at that time, and we kind of got it mixed up thinking that you painted it since because it had a little ding on it for your paint.
Right.
And what I was telling her is that a lot of times they ding the paint because it's too nice. It doesn't have the little bit of runs, a little bit
Right,
of
right.
orange peel that they would have done at the factory. And so the guys that are really into it, especially 20 years ago, they would have been like, oh no, it's too nice, and they ding you for that. Nowadays, pretty paint, they don't, we were talking to a friend of ours, Matt Coops, and he said that they don't really ding you as much on the pretty paint as that because most of us want it to be as beautiful as it can be,
sure.
right?
Yeah.
So load this girl up.
But
Yeah.
I'm just more like just paperwork and shit, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So. Oh, it's just a stunner, man. Now we have a problem though. We have to figure out how to ship cars.
My dad ended up being certified.
That's nice.
Never seen him move side to side, Tony.
No, so hold the trap, make sure that we hold the snares and stuff.
Yep.
It gets
Thank you, sir.
So we're just leaving. We just picked up the 69 Z28. More often than not, most of the time we get here, I mean, I'm not saying everybody or everything, but usually they're not as nice as they either say or the pictures show, something like that. And I've said this before, there's sometimes the exception to the rule, and which happens probably more than I realize, but this car was an exception to the rule. I mean, this car was amazing. It was incredible. This guy did a nice job. That was 20-something-year-old paint. It looked like it was painted last week. So anyway, it made, you know, anytime you buy something sight unseen, you know, you didn't see it, you're not nervous, but you're a little bit nervous. You know, I had Bob there. Bob's a good friend of mine, and we met here on Instagram, and he always looking out for us for cars and stuff like that. We bought a 70 Charger RT dealer demo car about, I don't know, 8 or 9 months ago, and came out here and met with him, had lunch and stuff like that, and went and bought that car. Became friends, and that's the whole reason we're back, is to go to this Mopars at Merritt's tomorrow, actually. And then one thing led to another, and we ended up in a full-on, you know, chase across the country looking for cars. And while we were on our way, like I said earlier, he found this car at the car show. There's only a couple hundred cars there, and this car was there. The guy had a for sale sign on it, so he called me, and we worked a deal, and he sent me a bunch of pictures and some videos and stuff like that. But you know, we were 3,000 miles away. We were actually driving this way when he called.
Hey, this is Bobby, and we're here with this gorgeous 69 Chevy Z28, an original car, and we are with Reese and Tony Jones. They own the car. They're selling a car to Troy at Mopars 5150, and they're here to tell you just a little bit about it at this car show. Can't wait to see you. It's a beautiful day at this car show for the Rotary Club, brother. We'll see you guys soon, and there it is.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, my brother.
Thank you, Bobby.
Take care of it.
To get here, see the car, see how amazing the car is, how well taken care of. I mean, there's people you want to buy things from and people you don't want to buy things from. And this was the guy you want to buy things from. So, but anyway, with that said, super stoked to have the car. We're going to head out. We're going to take Bob to lunch. Guys, we're all going to go to lunch real quick and, you know, chat about the experience here a few minutes ago, and then talk about our plans for this evening and then tomorrow's car show. So anyway, so stay tuned. We'll see how this all plays out.